Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Iris, and today I will be ranking the songs in Hamilton.
Oh, you fancy, huh? Let me see your hands. Wave them at them bitches hating on you with their friends. Girl, you got it.
Okay, so you might notice that I am obviously outside. I'm back in college right now because when I recorded my other videos, I was at my house. So I'm back in college, and it's like really hard to find a place on campus to record. I couldn't do the library because you gotta be quiet. Couldn't do the dining hall. It's too noisy, too crowded. I didn't want to record in front of nobody. I didn't want to do it in my room because my roommate stuff was in there, and I didn't want to like expose her stuff. Also, I didn't want to record it when she was in the room either. So I'm outside in the park. Yeah.
Okay, so before we dive in, I just want to say that I love Hamilton. So any of the songs I say I don't like, that doesn't mean I don't like the musical. This is my favorite musical. This got me started on musicals. So like Hamilton has a very special place in my heart. I'm just ranking them from like songs I listen to the most because I find them enjoyable to songs like you would never hear me listening to at all. So yeah. Okay, so the first song that I said I don't like is You'll Be Back. King George in this musical, I don't really like the song. I thought that this song was a little annoying compared to every other song, especially of his songs. I think this is like the most overrated King George song. He only had 3, but still, like, I just didn't like this. Next is Best of Wives, Best of Women. This song, it's really sad because Hamilton in real life did write a letter to Eliza saying this, and it was just really short. It's pretty sad. It just didn't stand out to me. Next is The World Was Wide Enough. This is after Burr shot Hamilton, obviously. It sort of is a bittersweet song because Burr learned, like, I sort of overreacted. It wasn't that deep, but it was obviously too late because Hamilton still died. It's a pretty song. Leslie Odom Jr. He did justice to the song. Obviously, like he ate. Next is What Comes Next. This is another King George song. It was okay. I thought this one was a lot funnier than You'll Be Back. Honestly. I don't really have much to say about the song. Next is History Has Its Eyes. So this song has one of the most annoying lines in this entire musical for me. So the line is, I know that we can win. I know that greatness lies within you. And it pisses me off so bad every time I listen to this because it so clearly should have been, I know that we can win. I know that greatness lies within. I don't know why he added in you. It throws me off so bad every time. I gotta skip the entire song, gotta skip that line. I just really don't like that line. Next is Blow Us All Away. It's such a sad song because, Philip died in the next song. Blow us all away. No, he died in Stay Alive for Paris. But still, it's really sad. It sort of showed, like, even though Alexander wasn't there for his family and stuff, like, he still rubbed off on his kids in the way to duel somebody that when you're not prone to dueling and stuff. Like, he's really bold, like, gotta be like my father but bolder. It really is like that. Also, this song came like right after Burn, so like every time I hear the song, you got like Burn, Eliza's crying, then you got that happy upbeat. It's such a funny juxtaposition. I feel like next is Skylar Defeated. It wasn't bad. It's just like it shows Alexander's pride. It's like, do you really think Burr, the dude that like took no significant chance to switch political parties just to spite you? I think that's like really ridiculous of him. It's like, yeah, I think that was really ridiculous. Next is One Last Time. One Last Time. I really do like this song. I think it's really funny, and this shows like how childish Thomas and Alexander were. I'm just gonna say Hamilton and Jefferson. I'm taking the jacket off. It really shows like how childish they were. Like Washington literally called him in, and he was like, I don't know what you heard, but I didn't do it. It was all Jefferson. And I feel like throughout the whole musical, they sort of acted like little kids, and I think that's so funny. But it's this low down because it's cold. Never mind, I'm putting the jacket back on because I didn't really like the talking part at the end where they were writing out his letter, like advising against partisan fighting. I feel like that part could have been rapped or something instead of like just talking through it. And I feel like Christopher Jackson, I think that's his name, I think he did this well, but like when him and Hamilton was talking at the same time, it sort of sounded off because they were both talking like really deep and like they were using deep voices instead of high voices. I think next is Cabinet Battle 2. I just think it's so funny when Jefferson was like, did you forget Lafayette? Because in actuality, Lafayette was fighting for his life back in France. So I just think that was really funny. It's just really this far down because I have Cabinet Battle 1 to compare this to, and I love Cabinet Battle 1. So I think that's why it's I Know Him. This song is honestly the best King George song. That's why it's higher than the other two. I think it's just funny because he called John Adams short, because John Adams was like one of the shortest presidents of all time. Yeah, it just didn't really stick out to me. I'm sorry. Next is Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Your Story. So the first time I watched Hamilton, I was like a junior in high school. I
watched the entire thing from like first period to third period, and in third period that's when it ended for me. I was like, wow, that was like really inspiring.
I feel like if you're gonna end up such a huge musical, you should end it like in an inspiring way. I don't know what about this part was inspired for me, but it really did show Eliza's character. Like she stuck it out. Like she got cheated on. She had to beg this man to sit here and be with her, but she still loved him. And I feel like that really, like, I don't know if that should be inspirational, because I would never do that personally. But I don't know. I just feel like that was a really beautiful way to end it, especially with the gasp at the end. Like, her life mission was complete. Like, she told his story. Who lives? Burr. Who dies? Hamilton. Who tells the story? Eliza. That's really pretty. Next is Quiet Uptown. This is such a tearjerker. I gotta be honest. Like, woo! This is such a tearjerker song. It shows like even though Hamilton wasn't there, he still cared about his family. He still cared about his kid, obviously. Yeah, and this sort of historical thing I saw on Pinterest. It said that Hamilton would like just walk around town reciting notes and like reciting stuff for like cabinet battles. Well, not cabinet battles, like when he and Jefferson will obviously like go back and forth. That is historically correct. Like he would like walk outside and like repeat everything. So it's, in the lyrics is like, if you see him outside talking to himself, walking by himself, stuff like that was historically correct. Stay Alive, really cool. This is also a tearjerker, and because like the heartbeat in the background, you can, when the heartbeat stops, Philip dies, and he didn't want his last thing between his parents to be them arguing for him to remember. Man, this was such a sad song. Like, it's significantly sadder than the first one. Like in the first one, only Lawrence died. In the second one, both Hamiltons died. Adams' administration. Really, so this one is low simply because the original version got cut. The original version went into like sort of debt why Hamilton didn't like John Adams. But this one, she just called him fat and left it at that. I like the rap where he called him anti-charismatic, saying he was irrelevant, saying, oh, you're spying on me. Yes, he acknowledged that he knew he was being spied on by like Jefferson and stuff. So I wish, I want to know why that got cut. If that didn't get cut, this would be like way higher. Next is The Story of Tonight. This is such a cute song, honestly. It's the Hamilton gang. The Fab Four. That's what we're going to call them. The Fab Four. It's like, I don't really know. I like, it's just like a really cute song, I feel like. Next is Your Obedient Servant. So this one sort of gives like depth and context. Where did the other beat one go? This song sort of gives like depth and context to Burr, because Burr was raised as a Christian, and the Bible says that like only a fool is like quick to anger. So like Burr has been like riling up for years for him to actually like get this mad and actually kill him, shoot him. So like he was like, I am slow to anger, and I told him line. As I reckon with the effects of your life on mine. It's like Burr feels like he's been balling up for so long, because like every step of the way he's been fought by specifically Hamilton. And I think that's really nice. I like the watch sing part, like, I have the honor to be your obedient servant. I really like that. It's really cute. In the original version, Hamilton mentioned how Burr's wife died, and I feel like that was justice enough to shoot him. I don't think Burr was wrong for shooting Hamilton in the musical. In real life, it's like you still kill him. But in the musical, I think Burr had every reason to shoot him. So I wish they had the original version where he's like, oh, how's life without your wife? So you could like understand exactly why he shot him. Next is Stay Alive. This has the most inspirational line in the whole musical. I'm a general. Whee! I really do like this song, honestly. It shows like how they were literally in strife this entire musical. Like, not musical, the entire war. Like, they did go through some harsh winters. They were a new country. They had no allies. Like, France was like barely friends with them. yeah, it really shows like they were in strife. Congress was not helping. Washington was pissed off the entire time. Next is the election of 1800. This one, I like when Hamilton references other songs. Like in this song, they reference Washington on your side. Like, it must be nice to have Hamilton on your side. I really like that Hamilton did that a lot. It really showed like how truly obnoxious Jefferson was. I think this musical did a great job like making Thomas Jefferson obnoxious. Like, but it's like in the musical it's hard to hate. In real life it's not that hard to hate him. But like the musical, like when he told Burr, tell Hamilton thanks for the endorsement. You know how pissed I'd be? I wouldn't even do a Hamilton. I'd do a Jefferson. And it's just a sort of funny song. Like, I really like how Burr finally learned his lesson. He put himself out there. And then Hamilton still rejected him, basically. It's like, well, yeah, the effects of your life on my life. Next is like, that would be enough. This song is so pretty lyrically, and Philippa Sue, she did a great song. She did a great job with the song. I really like how at the end where she was like, where you decide to stay, and she's singing and she like crescendos height get louder. That is like one of my favorite singing moments in this entire musical. That was such a pretty, I love the way she did that. And this song is really good. I think it's this far low because she's begging this man to sit here and stay with her. Next is Cabinet Battle 1. So when I first watched Hamilton, I was in awe that they like put this in the musical. Like, they went from waltzing and jiving in What Did I Miss to literally having a cabinet battle. They acknowledge the audience, and it's just like, that was such, I like how like creative Lynn got in the act 2 with the different I really like how creative he got. And this is like one of those peak creative songs. Next is A Winter's Ball. I think this is so low just because Better is coming. Like, after Winter's Ball, there's Helpless, and then after Helpless is Satisfied. I think it was sort of like, it was a cute song. Like, I like the hey, I think that's really cute. But it didn't stand out like that. Next is The Story of Tonight Reprise. I love the Hamilton gang. I like when they're all together. I like the little dance they did, and like, I like how they're like, Alexander, your freedom is gone now that you're married. No matter what that lady tells you, you are done. I like how like they were like playing around with each other. I like how they came over and started teasing Burr. It just like next a really is Hurricane. Now this song is started from the bottom. Now we're here. This song is a rags to riches story. This man came over here. He built up this entire life, and because of the consequences of his own actions, he's about to be diminished. It sort of showed like he was willing to do anything to protect his legacy, including exposing himself as a cheater, just so we didn't look back and be like, that's the dude that was laundering money. Yeah, it's just like, he went through a lot. And it is unfortunate that his own consequences and his own idiocy, now he's like the first public scandal in American history. I think that's pretty cool, honestly. I think that's funny. But yeah, it really shows the lengths of what he wanted to do. Like, this is the mark I want to leave on my world, even if that means embarrassing my wife, embarrassing my family, embarrassing myself. But just no, I didn't take your side. This song is pretty relatable. Like, you know, you do something bad and your parents call you in the room and you're like, I ain't do it. that's really what it was like. I don't know, it's just such a cute little song. I think it was funny, like how Hamilton was like so insistent, and it's not funny. It's sort of like, yeah, this is what he really wanted for his life. He wanted to be known. He was thinking about the future at the end. Hold on. Accidentally ended the video. But it really shows like he was really thinking about his future the whole time. It's like, okay, this war is temporary. What can I do afterwards? It's like he's only acting out to get his dad's attention. It's really like a dad. Next is Burn. Don't kill me for putting this song this far down low. How far is it? It's not that far. I apologize for putting this song this down low because it is a beautiful song. But it is also a really creative song. Like, she didn't sit here and attack him with like, you're horrible, you're manipulative, you're short. She sat here and she attacked his writings, knowing that was gonna hurt him more. And I think that's such a girl boss thing to do, because his writings is what he prided himself on. He was like, I wrote Eliza love letters until she fell. Like, he did all this with his words, so that's something he cares about clearly more than she did. I mean, clearly more than her. So that's what she sat here and attacked. I think it's really great. I think her emotion was amazing in this. And the live action was just like burning the paper. I love that. It's such a good song. It's just this low because it's sad. and I don't want a tearjerker. I want to.
Next is Reynolds Pamphlet.
So I feel like every musical has like that one song that's like is gonna get it's like the ensemble really loves it. It's like you just go crazy, you just have fun and stuff. So I think for this musical, that is the Reynolds Pamphlet. Like, it's that one musical where I feel like the choreographer was like, oh, you know what, dancers, you do this, just stand in this light and be right here on this count. I feel like that's what this was. Like, they went crazy, they had fun. I like how in the background you can hear Madison screaming highlights. I like all the background noise and all that stuff. I like how literally everyone else is partying while Mariah, her life was over, Eliza's life was over, Philip's life was over, Washington was like, you did that? And Hamilton was like, my life is over. I think that's like, I don't know, it shows like how like the only people that really cared were the people that were close to him. Like no one else. Like, I don't know how to explain it. And I also like how Angelica, I'm an Angelica defender. You can sit here and be like, Angelica wanted her sister's man and all that stuff, but I really don't care. Yeah, I don't care. I like how she was like, you know what, whatever we had is over because you hurt my sister. I really like that. So I really do love.
Next is Right Hand Man.
So this song, I think this was the beginning of Burr stop putting himself out there, because he put his pride aside. He was like, I know what we can do to Washington, and Washington is like, no, I want Hamilton. And I feel like if that happened to me, I'd have a vendetta against him for the rest of his life, especially because it kept going. It just kept happening. I'd be pissed. It's really cool. Because Hamilton and Hercules Mulligan, they really did steal cannonballs in real life. So yeah, I think this really shows the difference between Burr and Hamilton. Hamilton, he let his actions speak for himself. He let his actions speak. And Burr was more like, it'll come when it comes. And Hamilton, he did stuff. Like, he stole the cannons. He sat here, he wrote Congress. He, turned down some of the best generals, apparently. Like, he turned down the best generals. And Washington was like, you got guts. That's what I need. And he didn't want Burr, despite him having the actual experience.
Next is We Know.
This one actually has one of my favorite tongue twisters. It's like, as you can see, I kept a record of every check in my checking history. It's a tongue twister. It has one of my favorite tongue twisters. It really shows like Hamilton was willing to do anything to clear his name out, and he got rejected.
Next is Dear Theodosia.
Yeah. Now this song is a tearjerker, man, because it's like Hamilton. I'm going to talk about Hamilton before I talk about Burr. Hamilton was like, my father wasn't around, and I swear that I'll be around. But there are literally 2 songs in this musical where Eliza's begging this man to stay here and just spend time with her and her kids. So it's like, he can't stick to his word. Like, he will always put work before anything else. And I think that's like really sad. And Burr, his daughter was literally his life. And even like when they did the duel, even when they did the duel, Burr was like, you're not gonna make my daughter an orphan. His daughter was like 22 at the time. And Burr and Hamilton had a bunch of little kids. And I just like, Burr really cared about his kid. And I think that's something that we could say more about Hamilton. Yeah, Hamilton was distraught when his kid died. But like, where were you when your kid was actually alive? Next page. Next is What Did I Miss? This is that happy jive song at the beginning of Act 2. This is such a fun way to start off Act 2. And fun fact, in real life, this style of music, like jive music, that went out of style while Jefferson was in France. So it shows like how behind the time Jefferson was in America. This song is just a fun one. They shouted out Sally Hemings, which is a slave that Jefferson assaulted multiple times. And it sort of shows like how we thought he was above everybody. He had like a pimp cane. So it really showed how he thought he was better than everyone. And I feel like that's why he had like the unmitigated gall to sit here and challenge Hamilton.
Next is Guns and Ships.
Who was here. I love rap songs. I love that this is a rap musical. Guns and Ships is like, yeah. It was such a fun one. I listened to this song a lot. Remember, this is ranked by like the enjoyability for me. So I listen to Guns and Ships a lot. That part, I'm taking this horse, but I ran make a red coast, whatever, bloodstains, and I'm never gonna stop until I make a drop, burn up and scatter their remains on. I can never do that right when I'm like doing it full speed. I have nothing but respect to David Diggs for doing that, because every night probably fall asleep because I cannot do
Next
that.
is the 10
Love
Commandments.
it. This is just like a really funny song to me, and I do listen to this a lot because I don't know, I think it's really funny how Burr was like, can we agree that duels are dumb and immature? And Hamilton was like, yeah. And then Burr shot him. Shot Hamilton. Also, a fun fact in real life, Hamilton was going to get in a duel with, I think it was Madison, and Burr broke that up. It's like, y'all not going to fight. And I just think it's so funny. It's like Burr was waiting for
Next
the right
is Take a
moment
Break.
and do it himself. So Hamilton does this really pretty thing, and a lot of Lin-Manuel Miranda's songs do this, where like they have like different characters overlapping what they're saying, and then eventually they're gonna join in together. And Take a Break does it at the end with Eliza and Angelica, and it's just like really pretty when they do that. And they also had like a little moment of silence for Peggy, because Peggy died at this point in the musical, and it was just the second song she's begging this dude to spend time with them, and it's like it really showed like he prioritized his legacy, his job, and everything over. Okay, so I wrote that would be enough twice for some reason. I don't really know why I did that. But next is Helpless. Helpless. At first, I didn't really like Helpless just because Satisfied came on, and then after I watched it, I watched like this YouTube video. It was like Winter's boss has Helpless / Satisfied, like showing like I was like that's really cool. Yeah, because when I first watched it, I didn't understand like the rewind part. I was like, oh, she wants her sister man. That's just what I thought it was. I didn't know it was like literally rewinding. Helpless, I think it's really cute. I like how, I want to say this is like the honeymoon phase of their relationship, Hamilton and Eliza's, because that man did not like that lady. And I don't know if he was like buttering her up to try to get with her, or if he really did love her and it's like her name just comes attached to it because, they're famous. It really shows like how head over heels, and like this was like before he went crazy, like before Hamilton went crazy, like, and legacy obsessed, I feel like, because he was like, we don't need everything, we can like get a little apartments right here when we can live our life. But obviously it didn't happen, and I feel like it shows like how people change over time, Refuted. So this is actually the first song in Hamilton that I like. I hate this song so bad. But then I started listening back to it, and they did that thing where they're like overlapping and they say like common words at the same time. And I love that. It's like, it is the funniest song in the whole musical, I feel like. Because it's like, this dude is literally he's a loyalist. And it's like, instead of doing what they did in real life, covering them with tar and feathers and like trying to kill them and stuff, he just like sat here and tried to publicly embarrass him. And it really shows like Burr did not want conflict at all when he was like, leave him be. And it showed like how the conflict between Burr and Hamilton started like really soon, because Burr was like, no, just leave him alone. And Hamilton was like, no, and still did it. And was like, even after Burr broke it up at the end, he was like, I'd rather be divisive. Like, I'd rather sit here and cause conflict. And it really shows like how early the conflict between those two started. Now, this is such a beautiful song. It's lyrically, it's such a pretty song. He was like, I'm not standing still, I am lying in wait. Yes, Burr was raised Christian. So he believed that when the right time has come, God will make it happen. He was waiting for God to tell him what to do. And I feel like maybe he overlooked some signs, or maybe that really was just God plan, like, wait for me, I'll let you know when it's the right plan, when it's the right time. And it just was never the right time, like, or he never took the right time. Wait For It is such a beautiful song. I don't see anybody else doing this song any justice. Next is Aaron Burr. So this song, I love the beatboxing. Like, that was such a fun way to introduce the Hamilton gang. I think it's like it has one of the funniest lines where Hamilton's like, you are an orphan? I'm an orphan. And it's like, he seems so happy that they're both orphans. Because Burr was like, my family died. And Hamilton's like, mine too. I think that's such a cute. I did a musical theater class, and we call certain songs a showstopper, where it was like, it wasn't immediately intermission, but it was that one thing where like everybody paused and the audience would go crazy. That is Yorktown. Yorktown is such a great song. We finally got to give Mulligan like his time to talk. He finally got his time to like speak his piece, do it. He did his rap. That is one of my favorite raps in the entire musical. And then it shows like, I like that immigrants would get the job done in the beginning, It's just such a entertaining song, especially if you watch it. It has so many cute moments, like freedom from America, freedom from France. Lafayette really did love America. I'm gonna pop this up a little slightly more. Lafayette really did love America. In real life, he was buried with American soil. They like shipped over soil for him. I really like how Hamilton was like, freedom for my kid. Like, you would think he did this for his kid and not his legacy, but we know what happened. It's just really a great song. It's so entertaining, y'all. Okay, next is Alexander Hamilton. One thing I love about a lot of musicals is like they start off with one of their best songs, like that want to get your attention. And Alexander Hamilton did that. Because I like love musicals. This is one of my favorite intros to any musical ever. I think the only like real competition would be like Ex-Wives from 6. Wicked had a really pretty intro, actually. Wicked was pretty good. But still, this was such a beautiful way to start this musical. It's so fun. Dun, da, da, dun, da, 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 da. It really gave backstory. It like exploded the entire thing. Like, I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna die. Me, I trusted him. Me, I loved him. It really like give depth to like why this musical was happening. Like, America forgot him. So we're gonna sit here and we're gonna talk about him. We're gonna tell his story. It's so like it really showed like his rags to riches story. Like, dad left, mom died, left his brother. He sailed over to America. And fun fact in real life, when he first came to America, he was a loyalist until he met Mulligan's brother, and his brother turned him into a Yankee, basically. Oh yeah, he met Mulligan first. That was the first of the whole. Next is Nonstop. So, yeah. Nonstop is so inspirational. It really. Nonstop is one of my favorite songs. It's so inspirational. I feel like Hamilton wrote 51 essays, not paragraphs, essays in 6 months. It's like, I can't write this essay in a week. It really shows like he was literally nonstop. Every day he was working towards his goals, working towards building his status up. And one thing he did that's like, wow, this dude is annoying as heck, is that he threw people's words back into their faces. Like, he threw Eliza, look around, how lucky we are to be alive right now. He threw that back into her face to justify him leaving. And it also really called back to different songs. Like Angelica was like, he will never be satisfied. Eliza, look around how lucky we are to be alive right now. Washington, history has his eyes. Like, he was being pulled in so many different directions, and he chose himself. And I feel like that part is relatable, but he neglected so many relationships. He neglected his wife. And I feel like he acted this way simply because he knew that he could. Because it was the 1800s. Eliza was a woman. There was literally nothing she could do. He could do whatever he wanted. She couldn't leave him because she had nowhere else to go unless she went back with her dad. But that would bring public shame and like erase their like legacy, like the family legacy and stuff. So it's like she was really trapped into this relationship, and she's like, I love him, but he doesn't love me, and there's like nothing I can do about it. And then it's really sad. But it also did that thing at the end where it's like overlapping and stuff. And I really love that. I love when musicals did that. And also at the very end of the song, Hamilton was like climbing up towards the stairs, and Burr was at the beginning. Hamilton was like reaching his peak in his career. Burr was still at the beginning of his career. So, Schuyler Sisters on an entertainment level is my favorite song in the entire musical. The Lin-Manuel Miranda effect is really real. Like, you listen to one of his songs and you're instantly gonna be in a happier mood. Like, that's for me with Scuttlebutt, and that's me with Schuyler Sisters. Schuyler Sisters is so entertaining, especially the live action version where you can like hear all like the drums and stuff. It's such a great song. It's so entertaining. It's my favorite way to introduce any of the characters other than like the beatboxing to introduce Lawrence. I love this song so bad, y'all. It's my favorite song in the entire musical. But technically wise, it was pretty like, say no to this, simpler. Mariah Reynolds was a victim. She was in an abusive relationship. She came to Hamilton and she got, I'm not buying that whole she seduced him thing. I think this is probably Hamilton's idea and he probably blamed her. That's me. There's no way you can convince me that lady was not a victim. She needed help. That's what she needed. She didn't need a relationship like that. And in real life, she knew that James found out, and she wrote Hamilton a letter warning him this is about to show up. And this cost her like humiliation and stuff. It's like, you cannot make me hate this lady regardless. So, technically wise, Jasmine Cephas Jones killed this song. This was so good vocally. It was like, I love everything about that song. Like, genuinely, this is like one of the hardest songs. It really was like a redemption arc because Peggy, for whoever plays Peggy and Mariah, because Peggy had like 3 lines to Skylar Sisters, and I think that was her last line. But in this, like, she did that. This is such a pretty song. Not pretty because like the whole lyrics, but like the voices were good. The dude that played James Reynolds in the live action version, like him jumping around on stage, like so happy, he's like, I'm going to get me some money. I think that was pretty entertaining. Like, if I had no context as to what was going on. Next is My Shot. Yeah. My Shot is also one of my favorite Hamilton songs because of how entertaining it is. My Shot is like so inspirational. It's like, it's telling us his why. Why am I doing this? Because I came from a place where people were dying. It's like, do I want to die and just be erased like that? We need to be smart about what we're doing. And that's what My Shot is. And in the live action version, I like how after his speech, he was like, we're going to rise up. And you can hear the drums and stuff. You got to listen to the live action version. And I just really love that. And I really love how it shows like how many years have passed. Because in My Shot, Lafayette couldn't pronounce anarchy. And in Ghosts and Ships, he's rapping full on English. He's like full on rapping. It shows like the progression and how many years have passed. It's just everything about this song is so inspirational. I like how like Burr was always the outsider. It's like Burr was always the outsider to the Hamel gang. Like they were out here like rapping, trying to rhyme with Caught, and Burr was like, y'all need to be quiet. And he still rhymed with them, was like, so like they're trying to include him. He's just like making it hard to include him. Number 2 is Satisfied. I love this song. I love the live action version. I like when it's like opted up to go like even higher. Like Sopranos eat this song up. I love the rap. I love like the little details that went into it. Like in her mind, she's rapping, so it's like her thoughts are racing. But when she's like talking to Hamilton and Eliza, she's like, in real life, it's like this is slowly paced. Like her mind was racing. I really love that. I love how she acknowledges like, okay, you know what? I do want this guy, but my sister wants him. And I don't want my sister to be a depressed mess for the rest of her life. So I'm going to give it to her. I love Angelica, y'all. She is my favorite character in this entire musical, by the way. Like, it really... How do I say this? It's just a really good musical, y'all. It's just a really good song. So, I love that song. Number 1, take a guess at what song this is. Okay, anyways... Number 1 is The Room Where It Happened. Now, this is one of the most inspirational songs in the entire thing. It's Burr finally getting sick of being shut out. He's like, I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to change. And I love, like, everything about the song. I love the choreography and the live action. I love how good Leslie Odom Jr. sounded during the song. I like how, like, it shows more conflict between Burr and Hamilton because Hamilton literally mocked him. Was like, you get nothing if you wait for it. That's literally what he did in live action. It's like, it shows how Hamilton had like a superiority complex over Burr, but he couldn't have that with Jefferson. It sort of made him feel powerful to sit here and make fun of Burr simply because he couldn't do that with Jefferson, because Jefferson is like, I don't really care. I got Madison to back me up. Who do you have? It's such a good song vocally. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching my video. That is unfortunately the end because, yeah, I didn't include any of the deleted songs. So, if I did, this list would be like slightly different. I'd add Congratulations, the longer version of the Adams administration rap. Let It Go. I'd add I wish so bad that they had like the extended version of Hamilton and Burr's duel where we learn Hamilton's side. Not like his little monologue, like him actually explaining what was going through his head. It's like, we're in the same spot my son died. Is that why you chose this place? So like if we had that version in the actual Spotify version, this would be completely different. But it's not. So this is what it is what it is. So yeah, that's my ranking. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. Peace.